in New York City, having New York's finest, McDonald's. It's midnight, and the only place open around here was McDonald's. We're in New York City. Let's eat McDonald's. So tired. I'm almost not hungry, but I'm definitely hungry. Oh, no straws or napkins. Damn. They really were like environmental friendly. There's nothing. Okay. I'm so thirsty. I have water, which I should probably drink. Maybe it's a slime. I'm just gonna have some of this Sprite. It burns. Super excited. Like I said, it is midnight, so the chicken nuggets are well done. Did not disappoint. Our tour manager just texted me. Just want to make sure everything is good. Everything is great. I'm so excited to be back in New York with my voice. Last time I used Heroes for my Broadway show, which was like amazing and wonderful, and I got to sing with Sutton Foster, Ben Platt, Joy Woods, Rachel Zegler. Like, it was great. And a great ensemble, great director, great choreographer, great everything, great producers. But I had no voice, and everyone was very sweet to me about it. I could assume they probably think that's just how I sound normally, but also no one knew I was pregnant, so having to go to a doctor like an ENT and then one would give me like steroids to get my voice back would have been great. But again, I was pregnant, so I couldn't do that. So I'm happy to be back and redeem myself tomorrow at Radio City Music Hall. I'm playing Radio City Music Hall. I can't fathom this. I'm just so excited. Like, what is my life? Two things. One, I thought Benson Boone was on my flight today. I was in first class on Delta One, which is bougie, by the way. Delta One. Bougie has its own TSA pre-check. I normally would fly economy for a tour because obviously, like, budget, like, whatever. But I'm pregnant. Can't really fit into economy seats. And also, I just need sleep because I do get tired. I get so much energy for my shows and my meet and greets. I get so hyped. And then after, I'm like... So I was tired. We were in Vegas yesterday, did the podcast this morning, and I'll influence New York tonight. I was in first class, and I swear I saw Benson Boone. I don't think it was him. He was waiting for his own bags, and usually when you're like a big celebrity like that, you just go straight to your car. No one was coming up to him, but he did have the exact mustache and hair, so he's putting out the Benson Boone vibe. Second, I was just looking at Khloe's Instagram. I think Khloe Kardashian is like literally, I don't want to say the prettiest because I think they're all so pretty, but I think she's the prettiest. You know, everyone has like a preference, everyone whatever. So in my opinion, she's the prettiest, but I do think they're all like stunning. Wish I could look like any of them. I think True might have had her 7th birthday. Something she posted on Instagram. I was looking at Khloe and I was like, gosh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And I was thinking about the last episode that aired of the Kardashians. I was kind of confronting her about how she was with Lamar, which like annoyed me in its own right, because it's like, you would explain to someone exactly how someone treated you. Someone could live next to you when you're going through that like mental breakdown, like of her taking care of like Lamar and all that stuff like that. But even then, she didn't tell them everything. She tried to protect them, she said, and so they don't know the full situation. But even if you knew the full situation, but you weren't the person living it, you still don't know how that person feels. So it does drive me nuts when people try to be like, you were a little too mean or whatever, because like we haven't been through that situation. Situation sounds like hell, to be honest. So I applaud Khloe, but it was interesting because she was talking about not just Lamar, but also Tristan, how they just kind of treated her so bad. They always are like, you're so good, but it's like after they treated her poorly. And it's like, she's so pretty, comes from a good family, has a good job, money, like perfect package. And you still can attract these men that are just, I don't want to call them losers. I think Lamar has like a serious sickness is what we're seeing, which we're hearing with addiction. I don't really fault him for that. How he's treating Chloe now, I think is actually ridiculous. Like, I just hate that she has to, like, the sex doll thing, everything was just like, that's a lot. Also, in the last episode, they were eating McDonald's, or 2 episodes ago, and I was like, that looks so good. I'm so tired, sorry. I do have my water I'm gonna drink. That's gonna be better for me, but. And she's like, do I have doormat written on my forehead? Because that's what it seems. And it's like so crazy how you can have this, like, men can have the ultimate catch and still cheat, not once, not twice, like multiple times. Have a kid with someone else while they're in a relationship with you. Obviously, Lamar has his demons. It's like, men are so, what is wrong with them? It breaks my heart. When you have a family, a good partner, and then you go outside the marriage and start a family with other people. Obviously, you blame the man. He's the one doing this, but maybe I'm too parasocial, but I just look at Chloe and I'm just like, how did she attract 2 people that just totally drained her, embarrassed her? She was saying she didn't want Kendall and Kylie to look at Lamar differently because they looked up to him so much. So she hid so much stuff. And it's like, damn, to even do all that is like so much energy. And that kind of goes for all the Kardashians, right? Scott with Kourtney, the way he treated her when they were dating, about her weight, and obviously the cheating, and I'm glad Kourtney found Travis. I'm so parasocial right now. But damn, I don't know. The best thing I ever did was date someone against my type. To date someone who had like a normal job. Moses and I married him. Moses is creative, so I love that. Like, that excites me. That's the part that wanting to be with someone famous. I liked how creative people were and that kind of stuff, and you know, they would get what I wanted to do. But Moses also had a very normal job and lived a very normal life when I met him, and he's a very normal person, and I mean that in like the best way. Like, no desire for fame. Doesn't care about like money, material possessions. Like, to this day, he never spends money. He gets excited when he gets like a new Amazon screen print shirt. So going for someone who just was simple and like the best way was the best thing ever. Because I don't know, just everyone else I dated that was like in my field or entertainment in some capacity, it just never worked out. There's temptation. They look for the bigger and better, and they don't value like love and family the same way. So, moral of the story, I think we all look at the Kardashian lifestyle, skinny, pretty, rich, and it all looks very appealing. It probably is, right? But money can't buy love. Money can't buy happiness. So sometimes simplicity is where it's at. And I hope they find it. But it must be hard at that level to find someone simple and not out to use you. Anyways, I gotta go to bed. Good night, guys.